Unless I miss. Oh, and guys, I just threw the game. Oh, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. He missed it. He missed it. Hey guys, another rapid game, 10 minutes, trying to get to 2300. Let's play an aggressive line here. We're going to go with the Portuguese variation again. Yeah, here we go. I've been playing this a lot lately. And bishop to e2. Okay, so I don't actually know the theory on this one. I wonder, probably can't get away with doing this, right? Like, is this even a line? Queen takes here, he goes back. No, there's no way that could be good for me, right? H5, I want to try to play something kind of weird. Or what I do sometimes is just take. Play c6, you can also just take the pawn. I wonder what happens if but what's the idea of h5? That he can't really take me, or I open up the h5. Let's see what happens. I think this is a tricky move, maybe for white to respond to. Hopefully it will lead to some interesting positions. So let's do that without thinking too much. Let's play h3. Okay, so it's kind of a weakening move, as we've talked about. So now I'll take, and maybe we can attack over there. But let's think about queen takes here. What's white going to play? Knight c3, we can take the pawn if he defends. Probably just develop and e6, maybe pin that guy. I think that's okay. Go ahead and grab that. So he definitely wants to play knight c3 or c4, likely. I think e6 is a pretty good move. We could pin the knight. I think I would be pretty happy with the setup there. And on c4, maybe I just jump over here, something like that. f5 also could be a move. We'll go with e6, letting the bishop out. And I'm most likely going to be castling queenside, so I'm not concerned about this h5 move. The only drawback that you could say is that the g5 square is weakened. So we'll see if that becomes important. Yeah, so what I'm thinking now is just bishop to b4. And the reason I like this is I don't have to waste time moving my queen. I can just develop and deal with the threat at the same time. Yeah, and I do have to be willing to either trade or now move my queen. But I think I'll trade that. I'll give him one bishop. He doesn't have the bishop pair. And now let's see, knight c6. I mean, there is knight e4, but I think I want to get more pieces developed first. Let's just look. Any tactical ideas I need to be concerned with? I don't believe so. Let's play knight to c. And castling looks pretty good. Lining up the rook on that d pawn. Curious where white's going to go, if he's going to castle queenside or kingside. It's probably what they're thinking about right now. We do have this pawn here. We can very easily attack over here. So I think that would make me happy to see that. So I'm expecting we might see castles this way. And in that situation, it's going to be hard for me to attack on the queen side. Although he can't do that right now because I take the pawn. Yeah, so that must be what white's thinking about, what to do now. Yeah, castling here, I think I could play g5 right away, or I could castle first and then play g5. There's not an immediate threat to my king being in the center. Yeah, he wants to castle queenside. Okay. Although, I would still probably move my queen there, you know? Regardless, I think I need to castle queenside. That's pretty much where my king has to go. And if white wants to attack me, I understand that's a risk. But, okay, rook on, interesting. So white is going to try to castle here. Okay. Okay. So do I want to play g5 right away? Getting ready for that? Because really white can't stay in the center, right? Otherwise, I'm going to play e5 at some point. g5 seems good. What happens on knight e5 here? Probably just grab the g2 pawn. What other moves could white play? I don't see too much white can do. So I think g5 makes a lot of sense. g4 is the threat, of course, if white castles. Even if white doesn't castle, I might consider playing that. Maybe I could jump my knight into e4. I don't know if I can do this. That would be a big trade. Knight jumps there. Probably can't get away with that. But white's got to make a tough decision now because I don't really know what move they're going to play. But white's thinking a very long time. We'll see what they come up with here. Wow. Wow. Okay. So They just decide to go ahead and castle into it. And I mean, it seems like G4 must be the move. Why not? White's going to try to go 95, but I don't really care. I could take here, threaten checkmate. The rook's coming in next move. Now, maybe there's a better order to do this in, but that just seems like such an obvious move. I don't think I should spend a lot of time. I think I should just play it because that's what we want. We want to force this file open, and then the tactics should fall into place after that. So, yeah, 95. There's a fork here, but I am totally happy to give up a rook if I'm going to, you know, open up the king like this. This move, don't really care about it. So I think we take threaten the immediate checkmate. I don't know what white would play. Queen f3, I'm winning a pawn and opening up the king. If they take, the rook's coming over. I mean, it looks borderline winning already. See what white's going to do here. Yeah, I think we just won the game because this is checkmate, right? There's a checkmate on g2. It can sack a knight, but I win a piece, and okay, there you go. That seems pretty straightforward. Let's check the game review. 87, 61, okay. Yeah, engine doesn't like that. Oh, it's a blunder? Why is it? Okay, no, it's not that bad. Okay, the eval bar there for a second confused me, but no, it's not that bad. All right. So our opponent's position was actually fine. The computer wanted them to castle. Let me take this and then just pretend like nothing ever happened and keep playing the game like this. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, but most people aren't going to do that. G5 was the best move. Yeah, and Stockfish says rook to G1. So dealing with this threat so that you can start using your knight and just leaving the king there was the Stockfish idea. Yeah, of course, castling was bad. G4 is the best move. And here, white could have tried moving the knight away like this, keeping it over on the king side to try to defend. For those of you who are following our Logical Chess book series, we've talked about this h3 move being a problem. We've talked about when the knight has to get forced away. Again, leads to the king being weak, and that's exactly what we saw here, right? Capture, and then it was all over. Just checkmate. All right, let's play one more game here. That was pretty fast. And by the way, while I'm waiting for this game to start, you know, remember when I played h5 in that last game and they played h3? That turned out to be what we needed to have a nice attack. So that was turned out to be a, you know, a good decision in that game. All right, FIDE Master 2300. I imagine this is going to be a much more difficult game, so let's try to focus here. Okay, I've been playing the Ponziani. It's tough against these very strong players, but I'm going to stick with it while it's fresh in my mind. I'm expecting d5, play queen a4 here. And if they've studied it, like strong players who have studied the Ponziani, generally it's a rough game. But not everybody has studied it. The fact that they're pausing is a good sign. It's a good sign. So there's two moves here. Okay, they go for knight f6. All right, so let's play d4. And I'm expecting they're going to take this. Although this is super tricky lines with the piece sacrifice, which are a lot of fun to play. Oh, d6. What is that? Yeah, I don't know. I guess they want to just do some boring trade. I don't really want to trade queen. I mean, it's probably fine for me, but it's not the type of position that I want to play. Really not. I guess I play d5 and gain the space. I don't think that that's a problem. Gonna go probably here or here. Yeah, okay. I wonder if I want to trade this bishop off or at least go there. Because on bishop e7, I have to watch out for knight to d5. So I would have to be willing to trade the bishop. I think. Or we just defend this. Maybe queen c2. Let's just go queen c2. I don't think I want to give up the bishop pair right now, so I'll go queen c2. Notice I'm also getting out of a pin here. If I need to move that knight on bishop g4, I can. And usually the general rule is you attack in the direction of your pawn chain. So I have the pawn chain facing this way. So, you know, I'm kind of set up to better attack this way. Black's pawn, obviously, pawn chain is going this way. So black most likely is going to be attacking over here. So they're just things to think about. I'm actually thinking about doing something interesting like c4, knight c3, just castling over here. And I think that might lead to some interesting positions. I could play h3 if I'm not castling here, right? One of the drawbacks we talked about of h3 is it weakens your king. If I'm not going to castle there, that's not really a drawback for me. So I could play h3. Yeah, like h3, g4 to really cramp down on black's position. I'm going to do that, actually. And I might save the g4 for later. I think I want to develop some more pieces here. So let's go c4. And by the way, I can get away with playing these super slow moves like this because the center is locked up. This is going to be a positional battle. It's essentially like some sort of a weird King's Indian transposition. Super weird because you started with the Ponziani. This knight came out and back. You know, my pawn went 1-2 space. It's just weird. This is not usually how you end up in a King's Indian, but here we are. G4, you know, because a lot of times black wants to play f5. So g4 kind of makes that a little bit more difficult unless you're willing to open up the g file. I don't know where I want this bishop to go. We go here, we're going to get chased away, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It does induce weaknesses, although sometimes that's a move black wants to play anyway. So I could just go bishop e3. I think usually you're supposed to attack on the queen side, but this maybe is a different plan. I don't really know. Yeah, a5 is pretty common. The knight's going to jump here. Whatever. All right, I will go ahead with bishop g5. And on h6, I'll probably just come back and consider that good because I maybe created a target there. We can slide the queen over to d2, something like that. He's probably going to move his knight. Okay, he's going to do that. Let's just go straight back. And now, like, if I do play g4, there's a threat of g5 to really open up the king. Kind of the idea there. Do I want to castle? Play bishop d3 maybe? Bishop e2? Usually black either plays f5 or sometimes like c6. Of course, the knight usually jumps to c5. At some point, yeah, he's setting up maybe to play f5. So maybe now we should play g4. You could still play f5, but then your king side is going to be just... Let's go ahead and do that. Because now I have the option to take this way and open up this. Looks dangerous for black. Still got knights coming into c5. But I'm not super concerned with that. Knight to b4, again, not really a big issue. Okay, so I think I want to play maybe bishop e2. Bishop d3, I don't want my bishop to become a target. So I'm thinking bishop e2 is good. There's queen d2 also. Let me just go bishop e2. We'll just keep it simple here. Yeah, I don't... Okay, he goes king h7. Do I want to play h4? Do I want to just castle? I think I want to castle. I think this is where I want my king to be. Because now both rooks can come over here and attack. Usually this leads to some wild types of games. That's why I'm trying to play a little quicker than I normally do, because I want to have some extra time to think when we get to those totally crazy positions. Okay, the other knight can come in, but not a big deal. I can probably just move my queen. This, h4 I can't do just yet. I probably want the rook here. It's useful here too in some cases, like on c6, but I think I want to focus on the king side attack. Defends this so we can push. And probably we need to sack a piece to break through. So I'm thinking Okay, interesting move. What's the idea? He wants to go knight b4, and if I ever chase it away, there's a... And if I try to take it, knight to b4, yeah, we can't do that. All right, what about queen to d2? I have to watch out for the fork, but I don't need to move that pawn. What's the idea? I want to be able to sack here maybe afterwards. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing is getting ready to play h4, h5, and I want to meet g5 with maybe a sacrifice like this where my knight comes in, and then the pawn pushes, and somehow we win the game. That's what I'm envisioning. I don't exactly know what they're going to do over here. It doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of threats there. So I think we are maybe in good shape here. I don't know if I want to play king b1. It might be a useful move to get away from this potential fork, but I don't really see how black can make me move my pawn. So I think we're okay. Oh, they're going to play a5. Interesting. Well, we got to take this way to open up. I do see an... Oh, there's an immediate tactic, by the way. Yeah, and I don't even think I need to stop and think about that. That just looks so good. I'm not even sacking any material. I'm getting my material back straight away. If I want to. I don't even have to take that, though. I could play knight g5 check first. I could play rook g1. I don't really want to let this happen. So maybe I will take it. Let's see. What's the advantage of not taking it right away? No, I think I want to take it. Now, we have a couple of options. I don't want my queen to get blocked out of the attack. So queen g5 is a move. Knight g5 check is a move. Followed by, I don't know what. Queen g5 just looks so good, because then I could play rook g1 and I have all sorts of nasty threats. Queen g5, let's just say takes, rook g1, check, check, checkmate threats. Yeah, that looks super powerful, right? I don't know if it's better than knight g5. Knight g5 also looks good. I don't see how to get the queen over there. I'm going to play queen g5. Oh, but he can force a trade. Ah, he could force a trade with queen h6. Okay, I missed that one. So maybe I do slow down just a moment here. Knight g5, I guess king h8. How do I get the queen over there? There's got to be a way to do that, right? And f4 is an annoying move. Okay. Also, you could take here. He's probably not going to take there. Yeah, okay. I think we need to go rook g1. I don't know. I'm a little bit struggling. Definitely feels like I'm winning. I'm just not seeing like the exact way to do it. So I'm going to start with what I think is a smart move, just cutting off the king. He does do that. But what I can do is go knight check and then bishop g4 and try to sneak the queen in that way. Let's do that. I got to save some time for the finishing touch here, so I got to make some moves. He doesn't want to step in line with this, so he's going to go king h8. And then I could even go bishop here. Which one? Which one? Which one? Everything's defended. We're looking good. Bishop here. If he takes, it opens up the h file. Here threatens this one. That looks pretty good too, actually. I could play f3. Queen e1. Ah, okay. Let's do this one. Wait, queen here. No, that's a fork. Okay, let's go this one. Oh yeah, what I'm thinking now, I see a way. I can go f3, bring the queen over, and go to h4. I don't think he ever really wants to step in line of the rook. At least not while the queen is sitting there. Because that's a tactic. Even if the queen's not, it looks like he might get checkmated. Okay, bishop comes out. Let's go f3. Here we go. Here we go. Clear plan. Now we have a clear plan. Queen f2. Queen h4. Unless I miss... Oh, it's... And guys, I just threw the game. Oh, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. He missed it. He missed it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Game's not over. But I'm just glad that I still have a queen on the board. Okay, that doesn't work, does it? check. Ooh, wait a second. Wait a second. If he takes me, I go check with the rook. He can't take it because I have the... or maybe he can. All right, hold on. Here, check, check. King here. Check. Well, that is disgusting if it works. Check. He takes. I take. Here. I'm down a piece. I'm still down a piece. Man, all right. I got to move, and I don't see it. He's gonna play bishop e8 though. I don't know. I gotta go for it, I think. I don't think this works though. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, this guy's messing up. He's messing up. He missed some big ones. This is a bad game. Okay. Let's not lose on time and we have this. Let me go king d2. I'm gonna try to push my pawn up here. Man, this game is like crazy on my nerves. All right, so maybe we can take that. Still not over though, is it? The way he's got everything set up is interesting. How do I break through this? Could still get flagged. Uh-oh. I could still get flagged. Okay. Actually, I do need my knight over here. What am I doing? I think I need my knight on b5. He's not going to let me do that. Trying to flag me. I don't like this. 30 seconds. I'm threatening the pawn. Also could go for a check and take this if the knight moves, or just start pushing the pawn. Okay. Oh shoot. What am I doing, guys? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Throwing this game. I am throwing the game. I can't make the knight's move now. I needed my knight. Actually needed my knight. Man. Unbelievable. What a frustrating game. What a frustrating game. He plays queen f6. 7 mistakes, 9 blunders. I mean, rough game. Let's just see the... Yeah. Look at the chart on that. Look at the chart on that. Okay, let's see where the win was. Or where the 5 wins were. There's so... I feel like, honestly, I feel like we outplayed him until the end where I just totally crumbled. I feel like we were doing great through the middle game here. We set up a perfect attack just like we wanted. Yep. He blundered this, and it should have been over. Ah, I should have played... No, it's fine. Okay, bishop takes f8 was totally fine. Rook g1 was the best move. Knight g5 check was the best move. F3. I should have just immediately played F3. Okay. You know, one thing is leaving the bishop to control this. That's one thing. And also the bishop kind of got in the way. So just going for this immediately was one idea. Okay. Missed that. What did I miss here? Forcing this position, and then the queen can just slide over. So that would have been one easy way to do it. Okay, it's that. Yeah, there's the blunder, which I'm surprised that he didn't see that. That's, yeah, okay. Queen h4, queen h6. Knight f7 check was the best move. So I did play it correctly. Rook g6? Not even on my radar. What's the idea here? Oh, you sneak in this way for the checkmate. Ooh. You can't move the queen there. You have to take... Wow. The way that I did it, all he had to do was take it. And when I take here, he just goes king g7. Yeah, this is what I saw. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I'm just down a piece. But yeah, my opponent was not playing very well either. It was a bad game by both of us because they missed a lot of tactics, like moving king h7. They didn't even think about this too. That's It's frustrating losing games like this because all they were trying to do is flag you. It's like, dude, try to find a good move, you know? Anyway, bishop g6, took the queen, and I somehow made... I even said to myself, just put the pawn up there to shut down the rook. I literally said that. And then why did I change my mind? You know? Very clear, easy plan. Shut down the rook, then the queen can come over, and you use your queen and your knight, and you win the game. But instead, I allowed this shenanigans. And even here, I don't have to let the rook in, and yet I did. Now it's not so simple. And the knights are annoying. Yeah, man. The time pressure and the just crumbled here. Even here, you know, if I save the knight, I mean the game goes on, and I don't know. I guess I have a chance, but that's rough. That's rough. Even here, it's a draw. Apparently, if I don't let this pawn get away from me. Oh, there's checkmate here? Oh, yeah. Because, wow. I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize for the low level of play in this game. Yeah, there's a checkmate. Queen e7. If you go back this way, I just bring my king up and checkmate. You can't stop it, even though you get a queen. If you bring the king this way, queen f6 check, you can't come here because of the check. Like this and this is checkmate. Okay. So you have to go up here and then check. And again, the king comes in and it's a forced checkmate. Unbelievable. Because he literally put all his pieces over. He can't do anything. So even at the end, after all those mistakes, here's what happens, guys. Let me explain this to you. When you're playing chess and you make one bad move or a series of bad moves, you like lose all confidence and your brain goes into this like, what's happening, and you don't even think clearly. And it's like it started for me when I missed knight to d3. And then it just sort of, even after that, I was having difficulty like calculating stuff. And then it just snowballed. And at this point, I just thought I was losing. Like, maybe I have to try to get a draw. I'm running out of time, blah, blah, blah. And I just, this is not that difficult of a checkmate. Really not. It makes a lot of sense. And for some reason, I panicked and played queen 6. Well, it's time to stop for the day. That was rough. Hope you guys learned something. And what a sad game.